Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Today and all of this week, we're going to be analyzing hands, looking for similarities and looking for differences. So we get started. All right, since we're going to be dealing with two hands, we have two sets. We're focusing on the thumb. We'll check with the finger lengths and major and minor lines, especially the qualities involved with the lines. Okay, let's look at our first set here. We have two hands, different people. All right, first let's take a look at the thumbs. See if you see any similarities between the thumbs. Okay, now we learned that there are several types that we can run into with the thumbs. And those types were primarily the flat thumb tip, supple, clubbed. We don't have any clubs, I can tell you ahead of time. And the wasted-like thumb. We don't have that one either. But we have perhaps an example of the others. Let's look at this. Now, just as a reminder so you'll remember what the flat side is. This is a thumb, and we can see the side of the thumb. That's the only way you could really tell because it appears to be thin or and flat or just flat. The person tends to be high-strung and nervous. High-strung and nervous. So this is not flat. There's definite curve here. And this one is, you notice how this comes up. There's no bend here. This is flat in comparison to this, okay? So that's that type of person, a little nervous, a little high-strung, okay? Now, let's look at the flanges. This is a solid thumb, a little heavier, and they seem to be fairly balanced. There's a line here of demarcation. And here is the line. But looks like we have more energy here, logic, than we have in this section here of the will. Many ideas, thoughts are flowing very quickly. Here, either can't get started or if get started for action, then they don't know exactly what to do. They just sort of get stuck. Ideas are flowing faster than you're able to get going with it. Let's see with this one. Here's a thumb that's curved. And let me say a little bit about the thumb that's curved. Supple is what we use the word to describe a thumb that's curved. Now, it could be slightly curved or moderately curved. And when we say that, supple is associated with the word flexible. Flexible, so don't get lost there, just that's what it is. So when we have a supple thumb and it bends back easily, indicates emotional versatility and a willingness to adapt. The person is generous, also doesn't indiscriminately, rarely, they're just a little generous, okay? So we have that, we move on, and we have these two. You've got a stronger line of demarcation here. So we've got a little more action here than we have here, all right? When we have a line here of demarcation and we have this, we usually call this a family ring, this area, and it indicates close to the family, or it could be a family business. And if there is marks in it like the X, it means it's active, okay? So if you have that in your hand, if you have the desire to open your own business, then this says you have it. You should go for it. See how it works out for you, okay? Now, let's go on to the lines. We can see the heart line. We can see the head line. Oh, this is a headline that runs straight across. So this would be a Sydney line. This is a bookish person, loves to read, loves to research, very practical, not interested in imagination or creativity, on the surface perhaps, but not in any detail. They're not into that. It has to be kind of proven. And notice this, same thing, it goes all the way across. Another thing that's similar here, we have joining of the head and the lifeline at the beginning. There is a large island here. That means loss of energy here. And we've got markings here indicating islands, stress in childhood. Could be illness. Could it be adjusting to the parents? Either one of those things. Whatever it is causing stress for the person. And I can say the child because this is like the middle of the hand, the finger represents age 10. The middle of the finger represents age 10. And that's when all that problem stuff is going on. It ends around the 1920. Over here, same thing. And it's like growing up, seeing the light, making it, wanting to make it out on your own. Okay? And the quality of the lines as we look at, the lines are good. They start a little rough, but then they sort of straighten up. There's a fate line here. There is a fate line here. Okay? So that's all we're going to cover on. Let's quickly go on to the next one. All right, looking at the thumbs first. Oh, let's look at this one, thumb, and let's look at this one. These are plump thumbs. Both. Let's look at this one. This is supple or very flexible, bends back considerably. Okay, this person seems to be able to adapt willingly, is generous, and generous to a fault. They can be extravagant with money, especially if they have it. And the rest of the hand is flexible as well. And it looks flexible. All right, the willpower in this person may tend to be poor. Tend to be. Let's see what's going on here. Here's the thumb. There's a bend in the thumb. This is a flexible thumb, as you already know. And we can't really see what it is, but I'd say for sure that this is either the same length or the will is a little longer. Quickly, let's look over here. We have a thumb. We have the active, the will. We have the logic. They seem to be kind of in balance here. We do have the dividing line. I already told you about that. The joining here, I don't see much disruption, but very close to the parents. And I want to point out, when you're very close like this, this makes you a little cautious. You have probably given a lot of rules and regulations in your upbringing, and it's just naturally allowing you to take your time, sort of taking things with a grain of salt here. Okay, the lines are very clear, healthy looking. There is a lifeline, heart line looks good. There's no disruption in the energy in any of these lines. There is no similarity between these two in the head line and the lifeline it's beginning. This is joined and this is not. That means the child is very independent. And this is somewhat broad-minded, has a broad-minded attitude toward everything. The wider it gets, the more broad-minded the person is, all right? All right, just scanning the fingers. The little finger is short and the little finger is long here. You're really balanced here. Little unbalanced, almost the same length here, so there's no real problem there. And that's basically it. There are a lot of things to cover, but we can't cover all of them in a short period of time, but we do our best. Thank you for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like this, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the new subscriber. Glad you're here. Glad you found us. Take care. Love yourself. Love and light. Bye.